Brawlers, baby.
All right, good. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media in the building. This is the Brawler Sports Boxing Show. What a hell of a weekend Brawlers had, bringing you guys all that live content from Miami, South Beach. Floyd Money Mayweather versus Logan Paul. I got my main man, my sidekick, G Money, is in the building, and then I got my man Shawn USS Simpson is in the house to share the spotlight with us today. So, what's going on, champ?
Not much, man. Just chilling, relaxing right now. After I get done with this, I'ma head to the gym.
Okay, so real quick, for those of you who don't know, Shawn Simpson was training for a fight last year. He was going to fight during the COVID. He was in camp in Vegas, working with some other well-known world champions, getting them ready. They getting him ready, and he took a shot in the back of his head, if you will. And he was wondering why his equilibrium and everything was off. And come to find out, he was stumbling and tripping all over his feet, and he knew something was wrong right away. So his pop said, "Hey," Team Simpson took him to the doctor. They did some CAT scans, MRIs, and he had a blood drip on his brain. And the urologist, neurologist told him, "Hey, hit the brakes, champ. No boxing activity whatsoever for the entire year, for a whole year." And now he's back with a clean bill of health. Thank you, Jesus. And he's back in the gym. He's back in camp, and he's looking for either a late fall return or an early 2022 return. So tell the fans real briefly about how you transitioning back into the sport that you dedicated your life so much to.
Man, it's definitely hard because being off for 8-9 months and not doing nothing compared to since I was 8 years old, I started boxing. Shit, I ain't never took no more than 2 weeks off. So not doing that for 8 to 9 months, trying to get back running, punching, my shoulders be tight. Man, it's crazy, but I've changed my eating habits and getting this weight off and everything like that to get back in shape.
How much you weighing now? If you don't know, he fights 122, 118. So how much you walking around with now, champ, before you started back?
145.
Wow. Yeah, I ain't never seen you that big. I'm like,
right. I ain't never got no bigger than 128.
Yeah, you always within 8 to 10 pounds of fight weight anyway, which is every fighter should be within 10 pounds of fight.
Right. I've always only been 8 to 10 pounds within my weight, but right now I'm working to get down to my training weight, and then once I get down to my training weight, then I can be able to work down to getting down to my fight weight.
Yeah. So real quick, what's the anticipation here for Team Simpson? Are you looking at doing something before the year is up, or you're gonna play it by ear? And if it takes you into January, so be it.
Most likely play it by ear, but I'm training. I do two a days, 3 days. So I got a fighter coming. We got a fighter coming down. That's helping me train to help get me in shape.
Okay.
So he'll be down here for a couple weeks training with me, running stuff like that. So
that's what's up. All right, that's a good update on Shawn Simpson. Glad to see you back in the saddle. Glad to see your health is back to normal now, and can't wait to see you get back in there and do your thing, represent Chicago like you always do so well.
Yes, sir.
And going into the weekend, man, as you all know, my viewers and followers, Brawlers gave you guys the best inside content for the Floyd Money Mayweather show versus Logan Paul, the YouTuber, if you will, and the Jared Hurd fight, and Chad Johnson from the football field to the boxing ring. Man, what did you think about the whole weekend? Let's start out with much respect to my man Jared Swift Hurd. As you all know, he just lost his pops. I interviewed him and asked him did this will this fight and the loss of his dad have an effect on his performance? And he said, nah, my pops wouldn't have wanted me. He said he contemplated not taking the fight, but he thought about it, and his pops would have wanted him to go ahead and move forward with that fight, and his spirit would be there with him in that ring. And then, we get into the fight, and Arias let his hands go like he should have. And then Swift just didn't seem to be Swift to me in that fight, champ. What's your take on Jerry Hurt's performance?
Well, I didn't see the fight. I didn't see Jerry Hurt fight.
You didn't get to see his fight. Okay.
Nah, only fight that I seen the Floyd fight, and I seen the Chad Johnson fight.
Okay.
I didn't, and the crazy thing is, I wanted to see that fight because I came up with Luis Arias in the amateur, so I know who he was. So
Yeah.
for a lot of people that don't know who he is, or like think that like it's an upset. It wasn't an upset, really.
Right.
It was really an even fight.
And you know what? And he said in the weigh-in that hey, it's gonna be an upset because Swift Hurt people was in full effect supporting and representing DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and Reyes was like upset, and he was a plus 1,000 if you betted on him. Hell, $100 got you a G back. So I mean, and he went in there and did his thing. He let his hands go.
Yeah, he could fight.
Swift touched him up like he always do, but Reyes was just like beating him to the punch. He was throwing bunches of punches, and they were all not just sloppy. They had good sound, scoring on him, and he was really touching him up.
And right, like what people don't know is like Cuba been training since I was in Vegas. When I got hurt, Cuba was down there training, sparring every day, like he was getting ready for a fight. So he was gonna be in shape.
Yeah. It was crazy because I still felt like emotionally
that I wouldn't have fought if I was Jerry Hurt.
Yeah, I didn't feel like he was there mentally in the fight, and it's to be expected. You just lost your parent, man. His dad was a big part of his life in boxing, just like your pops is in yours.
Right.
Imagine not hearing that special voice in the audience at your fight, but in the back of your mind, I'm in the ring doing what I do, but I know Pops ain't behind me out there. It takes a big thing to get past in a fight, man. Emotionally, boxing is 90%.
Yeah, without my pops, I ain't fighting no more.
That's what's up. See, and here's the thing, and then I saw her kind of like going back to some of his old ways and his bad habits where he dips down and leans in instead of staying tall, staying behind his jab. That's how I knew he wasn't in it, because the things that he had been working on with his new trainer was kind of like study drifting out the window as the fight progressed. And be that as it may, he'll be back. I just, told him, take your time, champ. Go ahead and mourn the loss of your dad first. Don't be in a hurry to please your fans. Take care of self and family first.
Facts.
And that's the advice I gave him. So jumping right in, G Money's back. He's having some technical problems there. Welcome back, G Money. So recapping on this weekend, I just touched on her. Did you have anything to add to that? And then once you do so, jump right into what you thought about Chad Johnson's fight with Brian Maxwell.
Yeah, for her, man, I just felt real bad for him, man, because I thought, like you said, it was just all mental. It looked like at times he didn't even want to be in there. And I think that has a lot to do with his pops passing, So I think if he was mentally 100%, like physically, I think he would have got the job done because, at times it looked like he was going to possibly stop Cuba, at times. So, I just hope he bounces back strong, and clears his head and, like you said, mourns his loss. And, hopefully he could get back to, 154. And another thing about that.
Oh, he dropped. Giovanni's having connectivity issues. So I know what he's probably getting ready to say, though, that Jared Hurd told me that he had unfinished business with Julian J. Rock Williams at 154. So after this fight, he took it at 160 with Reyes because he didn't want to take the fight, but he said he got a Southern family. They bring a lot of different foods and dishes, if you will, when people pass, and it's just he was eating and contemplating. Then he said, you know what? Pops wouldn't have wanted me not to take the fight. I'm going to take the fight, but reach out to Reyes people, see if they'll take it at 160. And so that's what he did. He took the fight at 160, but he said he won to 154. And then when he hit 154, he won Julian J. Rock Williams. Then he won Charlo. But we got to reassess his performance and the way he looked. I kind of got to give him a pass based on all the emotional things that's going on around him right now. So I feel like, let him get his life back in order and get his thinking straight from the loss of his dad. And then we'll have to really relook at him fighting Charlo. Maybe even Julian J. Rock Williams, because styles make fights, And I just picked up where you was at, Giovanni, saying that, he wanted to go back to 154 and take care of that business with Julian J. Rock Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having some problems with my phone right now. But yeah, what I was saying was Cuba, fights at 168 and 160. So, for that to be at 160 and her not fighting at 60 ever, that kind of favored Cuba because he's fought at 168 before, so I think that could have played a factor also.
Now, Chad Johnson went from football, G-Money, champ. He went from the football field to the boxing arena, and he fought Brian Maxwell, who's a known MMA fighter, cage fighter, if you will, known for combat sports. Chad say he took the boxing as working his agility out on the football field, was mobile and being agile for football, but it was a different animal getting in there, really getting hit and swinging without the headgear and all of that. So what did you think about that fight, champ? Because you say you saw that fight.
Yeah. I like Chad Johnson.
Yeah.
Hey, I mess with him, so I was happy he got up when he got dropped.
Yeah,
but he landed some decent shots. He landed some decent shots too.
He did. But I said the same thing, that he, with some polishing and a little more training and some more fights and get comfortable, he might make a little noise for himself, because he did throw some really good shots, but he got a little wild at times,
And then in his 40s.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be fighting for real, but
yeah.
I mean, it was cool. It was cool for him to try something different and to see, and it showed like boxing. I don't care, man. If you can hoop, play football, wrestle, all that stuff, man.
No
when
comparison.
it comes to boxing, man, it's a different animal. Conditioning, everything. You can have all the conditioning you want in basketball, football, everything. You get in that ring and do 3 minutes. If you ain't in no shape, man, it'll kill you.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman. And look at they did 4 2-minute rounds. He made $1 million for four 2-minute rounds. 8 minutes, he got $1 million.
Right.
Did he?
But he was smart though. He didn't go in that arrogant. When he was getting interviewed and shit, he was
real humble.
He was saying, he was humble. He was saying he might win, he might lose. So people wasn't looking for him to lose because he was being arrogant and cocky.
Right. Yeah, it was a different approach, definitely, from what you used to seeing him on the football field. When he's in, like he say, football, I'm in my element. I'm out of my element now. You crazy? Hell yeah, I'm scared. Hell yeah, I might get my head bashed in. But I've been taking chances all my life. I may win, I may not win.
Right.
Well, so that's pretty much how the ball bounce and the cookie crumble.
Yep.
So I respect him.
Yeah, me too. And then moving right into we had a couple of pro debuts. They did their thing too here from DC. What was his name? Benton did his thing. I think Team Benton was from Ohio. You familiar with those guys, G? They had the pro debut.
No, I don't think I've heard of Benton. It was his
Hackett.
pro debut?
Yeah, it was a pro debut. And Jaleel Hackett. You know them guys, don't you, Shawn?
Nah.
You heard him?
I know.
You don't know him?
No.
I know you mess with some of them Ohio cats. That's why I was asking.
Oh yeah, I know little AJ that fought on that card.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then what else? Now we're gonna go right into Floyd Money Mayweather. What did you think about Floyd and Logan Paul, Giovanni? Did you see a polished Floyd Mayweather? Did you feel like Floyd was just out, like he say, he just in the middle of a heist now taking money? But would Floyd come back to boxing and look great, spectacular and magnificent like he once did, which I doubt if he will anyway, because I think we've seen the last of Floyd in the ring per the post press conference he said to me and the rest of the media.
I mean, I don't think so. Not versus the elite fighters, like not if he came back and fought an Arrow or a Bud, but I think Floyd should just stop even with the exhibitions, because he didn't he just looked kind of sloppy. But I mean, it could be the weight difference, but being that Logan Paul's not a boxer, I thought Floyd would get him out of there, even with that weight advantage. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's entertaining, but I wasn't impressed or anything like that.
Yeah, but even with that weight, even though Paul is nowhere near his experience and not a fighter like the elite that Floyd is, Paul's still dangerous. You still can run in and get hit with some shit you don't see, and that's always a danger in boxing. It's always the punch you don't see. What you think, champ?
It's not even that. It was the fact that how big he was over Floyd. Like how
Dude.
big, wide, his arms was long. Like I see why Floyd didn't stop him. As we know, like Floyd is not a power puncher. Then you talking about a 200-pound man. Like
You saw them guns on him. His
he
arms
was. It wasn't even like once he grabbed Floyd, it was over with. Floyd can't get out of a tangle with him.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. After the first 2 rounds, Floyd moved and boxed, let him throw all his energy. But after that, anytime Floyd got close to him, he would grab him. He would grab him. And Floyd was only able to get off maybe 1 or 2 shots at a time because of how big he is. Floyd then they got to jump to hit that man.
He did. He lunged a couple times and missed.
It's hard to hit that. It was hard to hit that man in his face. He wasn't gonna let you hit him with no body shot. Like Logan Paul, he fought smart.
Like Floyd said.
I was more surprised with the way he fought.
Who? Logan Paul?
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought he looked better than I thought he would look. Like it looked like he knew a little bit of what he was doing in there.
Nah, not to me.
I thought he was wild a little bit at times with the grabbing and holding, and he swung really wild. And his stance, his feet would be so far spread apart too.
Man, he was so tired after the second round.
He said he put his feet up on the ropes and he was just gasping for air.
But the his team made him stand in the corner the whole fight though. Like he never took a seat.
Yeah, that was a big mistake right there.
Right.
I don't know what they did that for.
That was stupid on their part. But in the post press conference, Floyd said that he was good at grappling and holding, and that's what he did. And Floyd said the same thing. He fought smart. Floyd had some success with the body shots, and I asked him that too. I said you had a lot of good success going to the body, Floyd. But did you ever any time in the close clutches in the clinches did you hear him cringing or making noises? He's like, man, I know I was hitting him hard enough, but like I said, when he was pulled at grappling, he couldn't really finish him to like do some real damage to the body. And he said he was just working on generational wealth for his kids. He said his kids can't eat his legacy. They can eat money though. Point. Fact. So can't be mad at him. Like he said he got $30 million just for all the patches of sponsors that he agreed to wear on his trunks. 30 million was just for the trunks.
Damn.
He's marketing. He's the best at it when it comes to like marketing and making his money. And he don't have no promoter. He's his own promoter. TNT.
Hey, didn't you said he's not doing this no more though, right? He said he's
not well. Floyd didn't say that in the post press conference. Steven Espinoza of Showtime was saying, we thank Floyd for all the many great years of boxing he's given us. Even when you wanted to count him out, he still come back looking greater and better than ever. And it's probably honest to say that this may have been the last time you ever see him lace these gloves up and step into the ring again. And Floyd had nothing to say about it. So, because him and Steven Espinoza, they work real close with one another with Al Heyman. And so, Floyd is listening to his team and he knows what he's doing. He's like, hey, I'm in the middle of a heist. I'm stealing bags. If you could do it, hell, who wouldn't do it? It's always about the money. Ain't nobody doing it. Like he told Shane Mosley when they was fighting. And Shane was talking about, you just doing it for the money. He's like, hell yeah, you stupid mother. You ain't doing it for free, are you? So he about his money. So yeah, it was a good weekend, man. Overall, the Versace Mansion. It was good for me to be back in my element, doing what I love to do, delivering content to the followers and the fans that don't get to go to these fights, and I'm giving it to them firsthand, up close and personal with these guys and doing interviews. So I was glad to be back out and about. And moving forward, let's talk about the next topic, which we got coming up. We got Shakur Stevenson coming up this weekend. G, kick us off with that.
Yeah, he's fighting African kid, Jeremiah Nakathia or something like that.
Nakathia.
And Nakathia or something like that. I'm not really too familiar with him, but for this fight, I mean, we know what Shakur is gonna do. I just want to see Shakur get his shot versus I'd rather see him fight Oscar Valdez next than Jamel Herring because I think he beats Oscar easy and outboxes him, and I just want to see him get that shot.
What you think, champ? I know that's your main man too, Shakur.
Yeah. I think like we don't even know who the guy he is. He fighting. This is just a tune up to get him ready for his world title fight with either Jamel or Oscar. So that's all it is.
Yeah, it's just gonna be another high level sparring match for him because Shakur is at the top of his game right now, and they got what's his name, Manuel Ray Rojas and Alexander Zayas, Larry Fryer's on that card. So top rank, they're gonna have a decent little show this weekend coming up Saturday night.
Shakur different.
Yeah,
Shakur different.
totally different from any other
That's a
fight
different
out there.
type of fight I've ever seen. That's the different fight I've ever been in the ring with.
Would you say that Shakur Stevenson is probably our next Floyd already?
I can't see nobody beating him really. I mean, his feet, and the way he know his placement in the ring, his IQ is just like second to none.
Yeah, he's off the chain with it too, and that's why I said that about comparing him to Floyd Money Mayweather. He reminds me so much of him when he's fighting. That boxing IQ is just like he can see everything.
Then it's his distance, and his arm reach. He just got everything. He got everything. He got the height. He's southpaw. He got the reach. He got the lateral movement. He fast. Only thing he missing is the knockout punch, but he's so dominant that he don't need it.
Yeah, and he stays in control. He's always in charge. He's one of those. He knows exactly what he should be doing in that ring. It's like you could blindfold Shakur Stevenson, dude, and he won't miss a beat. He'll be pop right where he need to be when he need to be there.
Yeah, he a different animal.
So we got talked about that. We got. I see Wilder Fury, the trilogy has been changed now from the Allegiant Stadium, home of the new Oakland Raiders team there. They're going to be at T-Mobile Arena now for their trilogy fight, July 24th in Viva Las Vegas. What can you say about this trilogy fight? Who you got and why?
I got Fury, but I'm going with Wilder.
Your heart want to go with Wilder.
My heart want to go with Wilder. I mean, I always
You and
gotta
me
go.
both.
I gotta go with Wilder.
You and me both, brother. We need that. We need that strap back on American soil. You got Fury and Joshua. They got their belts. I mean, we need our American heavyweight back. And I really think that.
I think he can win.
I think Wilder gonna put it together this time and stop him in good fashion. I think he's gonna really make a statement.
That's the only way he can beat him.
You gotta stop him.
He gotta knock him out.
On the scorecards, he's gonna lose the decision.
I don't even think he could win a 12-round fight with Fury, even if even if the refs didn't, or if the judges wasn't being sided anyway. I just don't think he could beat Tyson Fury in a 12-round fight. He's not skilled enough.
I agree.
Tyson Fury is an awkward, skilled fighter, so
and big.
So only thing that Wilder can do is knock him out because Wilder never fought nobody taller than him like that.
He used to be
different. He's used to being the tall fighter with the length outside. Now he's the fighter that got to find a way to get past the jab or get in.
He's been doing some work on his upper lateral body movement, his head slipping and shooting, catching and shooting off his jabs real good with the slipping and rolling. He looks good on the floor. Can he maintain and keep it up in a fight? We shall see.
That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for him to do because boxing it's all a muscle memory, and just because you've been training on something for 3 months don't mean you won't be able to do it in the next fight because you're so used to doing whatever you've been doing for the past 10, 15, 20 years that
Bad
when you
habit.
get to that real fight situation, you're gonna
Right,
go back to what you know and not be like, all right, let me work on this. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And that's where those bad habits end up being your downfall when you've worked on new techniques and new tactics and tried to clean up some of your basic fundamental boxing skills, and then you resort back to bad habits. That spells trouble for you.
Facts.
Yeah. So, I now here's the thing. We know you got to knock him out to win. Do you come out and surprise Fury and try to do a first round knockout, element of surprise? Or does he really want to take a chance and take his time, which is going to give Fury more scoring and more points and time to jump on him to prevent him from doing that? Does Wilder come out in the first round and try to give it all he got and surprise him? Element of surprise.
I don't think that'll be an element of surprise. I think that's what Tyson Fury think he's gonna do.
It'd be stupid on Wilder to do it then.
Right.
Because I'm
To try
kind
to
of
go
thinking,
out for the knockout early,
I'm thinking that's what we thinking that he's thinking of doing though. I think Wilder's
Everybody
going
think
to
that's what
try
he
the
gonna
first
do.
4 rounds. I think he's going to try to stop him in 4 rounds. Anything
Right, because
beyond that, he's in trouble.
he got a point to prove, so he's gonna try to do better than what Tyson Fury did to him.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, that's his thinking. And
That's his
I've heard,
mindset.
I heard some interviews with him talking,
He
and
probably thinking murder for real.
he's furious. He's furious, man. This dude is on like some straight. He should, you know what he should come out on? It'll be epic. James Brown. Get ready, you brother, for the big payback.
Right.
If you're listening Wilder, come out on payback, James Brown, baby, and bump that shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight though, for sure.
Yeah, it is gonna be a good fight. I hope the undercard is just as good too, because a fight. I'm losing everybody. Are you there?
Nah. I was wiping my
Fight of this
camera off.
magnitude. When you got a fight of this magnitude, you gotta do the fans a service with a ultimate awesome undercard. You definitely gotta have a good undercard.
Yeah. A mixture of top rank and PBC.
BBC, yeah. Now I'm gonna jump back to Floyd real quick because I heard some things about Adrian Bronner was like, teach me a lesson and give me the opportunity of a lifetime and fight me. Of course, I haven't heard anything come out of Floyd's camp about this, but it seems like Bronner wants his shot. I don't really, like Floyd said, he's absolutely retired 100%. He's not coming out of boxing. So I think Bronner is just like spinning his wheels there. You're not gonna lure him into that fight.
Nah. You're not gonna get him in a fight. It's over with.
Okay, I just wanted. I'm checking with you on that as well, champ. Now we got what we talked about. Shakir. Let's talk about Tank coming up here. Barrios. He got a tough fight ahead of him. This kid can punch. He can box a little bit.
That motherfucker
Tank.
big.
He's huge.
Man, no, I seen a picture of him and Tank like face to
Look like
face.
Logan Paul or somebody.
It looked like Logan Paul and Floyd for real. Like, man, I'm like, damn, dude, big as hell over Tank, tall and everything. But I seen dude fight. I was at the I seen him fight with who was the undercard? He was on the undercard of Shawn Porter and Spence.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Well,
was he on that undercard at the?
I think yeah.
Right. I was there. I thought he lost that fight.
Yeah, we was there. All of us was there. Yeah.
I thought he lost that fight. So I still get an edge to Tank. I still get an edge to Tank because Tank is gonna be the faster fighter for sure. It's just all about if his power is gonna carry to 140 and that
in the
power. I
later
mean, he
round.
might have power, but is it enough power to where like he knocking motherfuckers out like Santa Cruz? You know,
Right,
can
right,
he do
right.
that type of power at 140?
We got. I agree with you on that. Santa Cruz was legitimate bantamweight. I mean, I felt like Tank was having problems with him when he was boxing Tank until he got lured into a slugfest and that uppercut put him out for the night. Up
Right.
until then, I would have liked to seen what kind of Tank we would have seen
In the
struggling
ninth, 10th
at
round.
130 pounds in the later rounds in deep waters from losing that weight that you never tipped the scale and made weight. Only reason that happened, Floyd was in camp with him, making sure. So what would he have been like in the later rounds if Leo Santa Cruz was still boxing, giving him trouble, but that weight was catching up to him and all that working and dropping those pounds caught up with him in the later rounds with the lights on and all that? What kind of Tank would we have seen in the later rounds? Because Leo ain't nothing but a bantamweight. Keep it 100.
Yeah. And that's why I like this fight. I think this fight you'll see like what Tank you see this fight is like that's the Tank you gonna get because dude bigger. He's
Yeah.
bigger than him, longer than him. So like in the early rounds, Tank gonna be killing him. Like
Yeah.
the first 6 rounds for sure, like it's gonna tangle. So, but like the real fight is the second half of the fight with him too.
Championship round.
If it make it to the second half of the fight,
Right. If it make it to the second half of the fight. And that fight is what I want to say June 26th
26.
in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we got that coming up. We got this big Triller show coming up. Teofimo and Cabasso.
Yeah. I like Teofimo.
And I like Teofimo, and that Teofimo's like, hell, I take this fight with Triller all day, and they offered him $4 million, and he ain't never made over 1.2 million with Top Rank. So he's like, hey, I think he even Cabasso wanted more, and I want to say Teofimo gave him like 300,000 of his 4, and was like, okay, I can still eat good on 3.7. Here you
Right,
go.
but the crazy thing is, dude still making 1 point something million or something like that, right? Because didn't Triller
1.5. He wanted
right?
Here you go. He wanted 2 million, and they offered him
Because
1.5, and Teofimo gave him 500,000 to make him happy, so he got his $2 million purse.
right, because Triller
That's
what they outbid it for like 6 million.
6 million. Triller outbidded Hearns and Top Rank and Teofimo, a Top Rank guy.
Right.
And then Bob was furious over that. Hey, people got to pay bills, man. So these kids, these young guys, they're like, I got a family to look out for too.
Right.
Kind of like Capital One. What's in your wallet? You got 4 million in your wallet for me? I'll fight for you on Top Rank promotion. If not, Triller, is it? Yeah. I'm coming.
So Top Rank ain't got nothing to do with that at all.
No, they still get Top Rank they still get paid because of the way his contract is set up.
Teofimo.
So Top Rank still getting a piece of the pie, but it's not like nothing like that.
Just
I
free
want to
money.
say I think it's a couple of 100,000, 300,000 maybe.
Just some free money.
Just for the rights, and it's a Top Rank fighter on Top Rank contract,
Right.
Thing like that. All the business aspects that come with it, the lawyers, as long as we don't walk away with nothing, and it's our fighter that's spotlighting. The thing of it is, I would be worried if I'm a promoter like Top Rank Bob Arum, and Bob's been around a long time. He already knows. Triller may come after Teofimo and say, "Hey, we want to buy you out of Top Rank contract and make you a Triller fighter.
Yeah.
And we guarantee you, a $20 million contract. You'll get 6 point whatever million for the next 3 fights."
Right.
T.O. gone.
Yeah, I think they're gonna grab what you call it too, Regis.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. They you know what? They making a move like the new Matchroom Boxing when Eddie Hearn hit the U.S. and he had that $1 billion model to come to the U.S. and sign American fighters and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he did that, and then they kind of felt like they needed to reassess their spending because they jumped out too fast and offered fighters far too much money, kind of like Al Heyman did, the whole red carpet, the whole 9 yards, fighters getting spoiled when they get anything less than what they've been making with you. So Eddie Hearns and like we redoing things. Fighters aren't going to be getting as much money as we were paying, and so you got to be careful when you're starting to roll out money and you got a model. There's a reason you have a model, so you're successful. You don't plan to fail, but you fail to plan. So you cannot fail to plan in boxing because it's about winning with promoters and all the marketing and advertisers in the background. They're the ones that's beating the drum.
So it's all business.
It's all business. So I feel like Triller is definitely coming strong in the boxing business, and I really feel like they're gonna make a strong statement here soon and give us the bigger fights that we really want to see. I wouldn't be surprised if they negotiate and say, "Hey, we got a ton of money on the table for Bud and Spence. We'll bring this fight to y'all." Bud, what you say? Spence, what you say? It's all still gonna boil down. Al Heyman's smart, so you're not gonna muscle him, gangster him. You're gonna still respect Al Heyman, and he gonna get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? Right. Samaje Jones says, "What's up?" Your boy Samaje.
Who?
Samaje, is it Samaje Jones? I guess they just tuning in, watching us and stuff like that.
Oh.
So yeah, but we got the Teofimo fight. What's next? Did we miss anything, champ, that you could think of? I know the Teofimo, we did Wilder Fury, we did Tank, Shakur. We discussed the recap this past weekend. Chad, Hurd, Floyd, and Logan Paul. What else? What else is coming up? We missing out on anything going on with the Brits? Oh yeah, what's the name? Usyk is fighting Anthony Joshua.
That fight, that official?
That fight's official. It's done somewhere over in England. I don't know how Usyk just came out of the cruiserweight, light heavyweight, and then just demanded and got the fight.
He had he had 2 heavyweight fights?
Yeah. And now he can ready to make a big payday.
I think he deserved it.
Yeah, so soon in the heavyweights. We know who he is. We know he can fight. Did he make himself well deserved so early from the transition into heavyweights over all the other heavyweights that feel like they're just as deserving for that shot and a piece of that pie?
Yeah, because they wasn't no undisputed champion. I don't care what weight it was.
True.
He got I feel like especially if he has the name, the backing, stuff like that, like I said, it's all a business at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. Most definitely is. But well, that's what's going on in the UK. Joshua is fighting Usyk.
Yeah, but Joshua's too big for him though.
He is. I don't think he got nothing coming in that fight.
Yeah, me neither.
He gonna try to show up, and then you get careless and you slip up, you're gonna get effed up.
Right.
That's how you know. And that's what Joshua gonna be doing. Just standing back, waiting on him and counter punching him and throwing bunches of punches, power shots. And then he gonna walk him down. When he get him on the ropes, he gonna finish him.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that's pretty much it. What else? We got anything else we haven't touched on?
Oh yeah. Shout out to my man Kenny Sims, man.
Kenny Sims Jr. Yeah. We talked about Kenny last week, so you remember I tried to get you on here.
Yeah. I know. I wasn't. I ain't seen my phone.
Kenny showed up and showed out, did his thing, and made everybody a lot of money too.
Man, he definitely did.
He made everybody a lot of money. So Kenny, people better quit sleeping on Kenny because Kenny is probably the hottest, newest thing coming. He ain't new to us, but he knew to everybody else, or they wouldn't have played like they played him in that fight. You know what I mean? Alvis Rodriguez and them thought they had a cakewalk by offering him to fight with 2 weeks' notice, and then he turned them down. And then they's like, "Hey, call that kid Kenny Sims Jr. back. Give him 8-10 weeks this time. No excuses." So Kenny and his pops were like, "For sure, we got y'all."
Man, people don't know how people don't know how good that dude could box.
He's another talent with a great IQ.
Yeah.
All you cats in Chicago that's making noise like yourself, Kenny, hey, Y'all doing y'all thing, man. What's going on, real quick before we get out of here? What's going on with our sister, Jessica McCaskill, the champ? What's up, Jess? What's going on? You heard anything about what's going on with her and Coach Rick Ramos?
Nah, I haven't. But I talk to Rick all the time though. You know, me and Rick real cool. So Rick
Yeah,
just being Rick, just on Twitter. You see Rick on Twitter, so
right. He got another female fighter that just won as well. Big props to him and his team. What he's building over there.
Summer,
At Body
Summer,
Shot.
yeah. I
Yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah.
Summer. I remember Summer when she was little, man. Rick had like I could tell you one thing about Rick, like the women boxing, like he got it on lock right now. Like with Jessica and like he had Summer since she was a little girl,
Wow.
and he used to have me work with her and everything. Like, and she can fight. She do like karate or taekwondo or something
Yeah.
like she's an athlete, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's doing a good job with the female on the female side of the boxing, and Jessica now she bigger than life, dude, and she just still Jessica. That's what I love about the ones who make it. Make the money. Don't let the money make you. Still remember where you came from. Stay
Right,
humble and help others, and that's
always.
Jessica's heart. When you talk to her, she's genuinely 100 with you. Ain't no bullshit with Jessica McCaskill. She real good peeps, as is Rick.
And she'll call you out on your shit too.
She sure will. You know what? I think Eddie's planning something big for Jessica too. When you don't hear nothing, that means something in the back scenes just going down. So let's hope we get to see Chicago's own back in there real soon. And big props and shout out to my man Kenny Sims Jr. again. My man Shawn USS Simpson back in the gym doing his thing. He scared the hell out of us last year, man. It's a blessing. God is good. He got you back up on your feet and running better than ever. And you'll be back
Yeah.
better than ever. Just keep doing what you do. You already know your work ethics is priceless. Just come
Right.
back
So,
doing what you do, and you'll be all right, little brother.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Hey, man, I want to thank you for your time coming on the Brawler Sports Boxing Show today, making yourself available. I know it's hard for you guys. Like you say, I'm holding you up from getting into the gym. Congratulations on it. Ain't that much of a newborn, but you got 2 kids now. So he's a pops. Also, tell the fans real quick about the new gig that you're doing, teaching the youth boxing at the City Park.
Oh
Tell them
yeah,
where.
yeah. We got a new facility. It's not even really open yet. Like they haven't had the ribbon cut or nothing yet, but it's open, state of the art track and field complex. Man, they got nice track. They got basketball. Man, amazing weight room. So now I'm there for the just gotta help kids, teach kids boxing. They stance. Get them in shape, condition. Just showing something different.
Discipline, respect. You know what I mean?
Man, it ain't nothing
What's
better
the
than
age
a
group?
person that actually did it before.
Right. What's the age groups?
Right now we working from 8 to 14. The ages 8 to 14, and then but they got so many different stuff, man. They got volleyball there. They got track and field. They got long jump. They got shot put. Anything from the Olympics that's track and field, they got it in that facility.
Oh wow! So there you go, moms and dads. It's summertime. You ain't got to worry about your kids being on these streets in Chicago. Hey, get them out there with my man Shawn Simpson. If they want to box, put them in boxing, track and field. They got many from the sound of it. The champ saying they got a variety of any type of sport your kid think they want to be involved in. They have it. Let's put these guns down and let's put these gloves on. Stop this killing. Once again, if you out here, mask up. We ain't out of the pandemic yet. If you're vaccinated or not, wear your mask, practice social distancing, keep your hands clean. Let's stay safe so we can stay alive. Champ, thank you for your time once again, man.
Yes, sir.
It's the Brawler Sports Boxing Show. It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media in the building. My son G Money. Hey, he having phone problems, but I carried the torch for you today, son. No biggie. Until next time, guys, y'all already know. Let's go, champs.
Yes, sir.
My man. All right, we
Brawlers, baby.